We could survive that. We could survive that. We could survive it.
Hello and welcome to We Could Survive That, your survival guide to the movies. My name is Jack and today I'm joined by a man with an ant-sized penis. It's Chris.
Why would you say that?
I've complimented you so many times on these introductions. You've played Hungry Hippos with real hippos and all sorts of things.
And all sorts of wild adventures.
Yeah.
But why would you reveal information like that?
Because it's a lie, probably, maybe.
Of course it's a lie, I should hope
I've never
so.
seen your penis. What do you mean?
Yes, why are you getting
have
into
you
this?
seen your penis?
Yeah, of course I have.
Okay, let's not...
You should see it after the penis extension.
After the surgery.
After the surgery.
Oh, dear. Right, we're talking about Ant-Man today. Getting far away from that topic as possible.
Start of Marvel Phase 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
it is, isn't it?
end of Phase 2. I'm not really clear on that.
I don't know without looking at the list or the chart.
We'll start off with a review of it, because that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so watch,
What?
don't watch. Watch.
Oh,
Next.
you jumped straight in with that. Yeah, I liked it. It was, again, it stuck to the successful Marvel formula of having a genre film and then adding superheroes to it. So like Captain America did, like political intrigue, and threw Captain America in there. This is a heist movie, but with a man that can shrink down into an ant.
Ant size, not an actual
Oh.
ant.
Oh yeah, that would be weird if he morphed.
Although
into
some
an
of the ants are bigger than him, so is he ant size or is he just small?
He's between ant sizes.
Between ants is coming this summer. Between Ant-Man.
Between ants, yeah.
See, it works.
It does, it does. What do you think of the shrinking effect? Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I thought it was good.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
Not too Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, I've never seen that film. I've only ever seen bits of it.
They have a horrible CGI. Well, not a horrible puppet ant in that film.
Brilliant. Well, this had all CGI ants,
Yeah.
obviously.
Did you know that they were going to bring out Ant-Man sooner, but Honey, I Shrunk the Kids came out, I think in the same year they started pre-production on that, and they decided not to bother because it was too similar.
What year did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids come out?
Don't ask me that, I don't know.
I thought that was a really old film, wasn't it?
Yeah, this
So
was a
this is gonna
long
be a
time
really
ago.
old
This was
Ant-Man film.
Yeah, this was one of Stan Lee's like first pet projects that he tried to get off the ground and kickstart a Marvel Cinematic Universe. But thankfully, we got it at a time where this sort of
The special effects helps.
it would
Makes it look good.
which is good. So characters, did you like them all? Were they all well acted, clear motivations and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've not really got any faults with it. I can't compare it to the comics because I've not read any Ant-Man comics. So as far as I'm aware, everything was good. I enjoyed the film. I thought it linked in nicely with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, they've got Falcon in there reprising his role. He's just sort of guarding
Gets
the
his ass handed to him
he
by
does.
Ant-Man. Brutally,
it
just
puts-
destroys him.
And instantly, just having that scene shows that Ant-Man can hold his own
It's
with
gonna be a good
established
addition to-
Avengers. Yeah, so
Although
that's good.
Falcon can only fly. He's just got a suit
He's
that allows
got-
him
he
to fly,
can
and he's got a couple
fly
of guns.
And he's a trained like soldier guy as well. He's in the military and
Yeah.
stuff. So it proves that the Ant-Man
suit is better though.
Mm.
It gives him far more advantages.
Yeah, and he can tag team with ants, which is something Falcon can't do.
Yeah,
He could probably do that in the comic because he has a falcon with him or something.
Does he?
I think so. I've seen
Does he tag
pictures
team
of
with
him with a
falcons?
falcon.
Do as my bidding, Falcon. Eat the ants.
Yes, he sends them like messenger pigeon style. I need help.
I like that. I need
Falcon,
help.
you could
Ant-Man's
have
here.
text us. Yeah, that's why no reinforcements came.
He always
sent
sends
a-
Falcons.
He sent a falcon.
We told you, just use your communication device.
No, I love the falcons. They're cool.
Yeah, I've got nothing wrong with the film. Have you?
No,
You're quite
no,
picky.
it was. You want me to be picky?
No, I don't want you to be. I'm
no,
saying you normally
I was
are.
going to say I'm sure there are holes to be picked in it, but I enjoyed it. I laughed and smirked a few times at most of the jokes.
I like the fact Big Thomas was in it.
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine.
A massive Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Crushed a police car.
Yeah. Do you want to
spoilers?
Yeah, I was going to say spoilers. Some of that CG wasn't CG. Peyton Reed, the director, used macro cameras to zoom in, and then they're just like superimposed. So the backgrounds were real and filmed.
For what? What, when they were
close.
just small?
Yeah, and then they'd put on like a CGI Ant-Man, which I think is a lot better than having to CGI a whole environment and then have a real man.
Yeah, they've done it better with a CGI Ant-Man.
So yeah, effects basically hold up, and
everything looked nice. Everything
good.
looked smooth. Nothing looked really out of place. I like the effects on the ants, like the little
yeah, they
crazy
were
ants
they
or
were
something
good.
they're called, the
Yeah, the
little golden
crazy
ones.
red ants.
Yeah, I like them.
And the big bullet ants. All sorts of ants in there for any enthusiastic ant lovers.
Yeah, you've got all your ants in there. You'll enjoy them all. Do you know what I liked? I like how the Ant-Man outfit fitted him perfectly.
Oh yeah,
Just happened his suit was just
Hank
the right size
Pym,
for him.
Yeah,
Hank Pym had the same body type as
that's why he'd been
Paul
watching
Rudd.
him. He'd been looking
Scott
for a
Lang.
guy that was the exact same
had
height and
nothing
build
to do
as
with his
him.
skill.
He just didn't want to re-sew the costume.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's talk about Hank Pym. Because in the comics he's got a checkered past. Do you think that's why they put him to the sidelines and didn't make him the main Ant-Man because of his history of domestic abuse in that?
Didn't know he had a history of domestic abuse.
Yeah,
I've
it's
not read
quite-
any Ant-Man material.
Hank Pym's not a very nice person in the comic books because he creates Ultron. He hits his wife.
I know he creates Ultron.
But I think they made him a lot more nicer in this. But they still brought up with the villain, Cross, that the Pym particles make you go a bit mad. They affect your brain chemistry, and that's why Hank Pym did all those.
Oh, that
bad
was the reason.
things.
And so he's
Yeah.
not really a bad person. It was the
No, it's just
the
that.
pimp particle.
Well-
Pimp particle.
Well, Cross
Pym
in that
particle.
case isn't really a bad person because he was just affected by
Yeah,
the Pym
that's why they said I wanted to
particles.
help you.
Yeah.
he's
and
also a
he's-
bit of a dick, but
Oh yeah, put those poor sheep that he.
the little lamb when he flicked it.
Yeah, what happened to that little lamb?
I don't know. I imagine it's still
He
shrunk
made a
somewhere.
tiny lamb stew.
Possibly. I don't really know. He ate it in one, just gulp,
Yeah.
straight in his mouth.
Alive. Oh no!
Oh,
Poor
no.
lamb.
Poor
that
lamb,
that didn't happen. Hasten to add.
It did happen. It's a great scene to watch if you're hungry. Picks his little sucker up and eats it on one bite, and then it grew inside him, and he exploded outwards.
And
So
that's why he ends up inside the yellow jacket suit. It's the only way he can survive. Spoilers.
So speaking of deaths, do you want to? Oh no! Do you want to get on to end credit scene? Do you want to talk through the teasers we got?
Yeah, 2 end credit scenes.
Yeah.
I forgot the first one already.
First
This-
one, Hank Pym reveals to Hope, his
that-
daughter,
There's
that
another wasp costume.
yeah, that
The wasp being Hank Pym's wife.
yeah, before she died, they were working on a second one because the we get a glimpse of Hank's wife
In action as the
in
wasp.
action. It's a very similar suit to
The original
Ant-Man
was.
one.
It's
Yeah,
basically just
it's
a female
red,
version of
but with
yeah,
wings,
with
and
wings,
stuff.
but it can still shrink.
Yeah, and the prototype is more classic. It's got the yellow of the wasp and stuff, so it looks more comic-y. So we got that tease.
That's that one. And then the second one is quite good. It's Captain America and Falcon.
The Falcon, the pussy.
After getting
Can't
his ass
even
handed
beat
to
an
him.
Ant-Man.
They've got Bucky in a room, or they've found Bucky, or they've just interrogated Bucky. I'm not sure. We don't really know. But Bucky's looking pretty beaten up. It looks like, I couldn't tell, he's lying or leaning, sitting down and leaning against this machine. It looks like his robotic arm is stuck in it.
And he looks pretty tired or beat up or
Yeah, he
drunk or something.
He looks pretty out of it. And then Captain America's thinking about what help they can get, and then Falcon says he knows a guy. So he's referring to Ant-Man, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he knows a guy that kicked his ass.
Yeah. And then it comes up, Ant-Man will return.
Yeah, in
So-
Civil War, hopefully. Well, no,
Yeah.
everyone's back for Civil War apart from Hulk and Thor.
Does the Fantastic Four film that's come out, quick changing it, is this part of the MCU as well? Is that they're all
Fantastic
in there?
Four,
Yeah.
no, still owned by Fox.
Oh, is it?
They're never giving that up.
Yeah, right then.
They'll never
that's
give
a shame then.
back the X-Men until they've ruined it.
I
Or
don't
unless
know.
Deadpool, which is coming out next year, picks it up.
Well, I was going to say X-Men's coming to a bit of an end because after X-Men Apocalypse, and then they're going to do Wolverine 3, Hugh Jackman's said he's not playing Wolverine anymore. And
After Wolverine 3, I think
Yeah.
that's his last one.
yeah,
isn't
after
it?
Wolverine 3, he's not playing any.
Which is
Is-
confirmed at Comic-Con. is going to be an Old Man Logan adaptation. So
Which
that
could
will
explain
be,
why it'll be the last
yeah,
film
because
then.
he'll be an old man.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Do you want to talk about the deaths
Yep.
now and how
Jump
we could
onto the
survive
deaths.
it? Yeah. We come to get to know Cross's character, who's been trying to develop Hank Pym's Pym particles and shrinking them down, but he can't. He can do it to inorganic matter, but he can't do it to people and sheep and stuff.
Yeah.
So when one of the board members, Frank, says, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't make all of these suits of armors,
The Yellow Jackets.
all of these yellow jackets, and make tiny, almost invisible soldiers to go in and wipe out our enemies and take out politicians and whatever." That promo was super creepy.
I know,
that they
look,
did.
it-
Yeah,
but-
it was basically, we will kill
Kill.
whoever.
Yeah. Well, I see the board members worried that the
That
technology
would
can fall
happen.
into the hands of the
Hydra.
United States enemies. Yeah,
Or-
Hydra,
yeah.
for example. And then that was them screwed. Captain America's, all of his
Got
work would
to
have been
fight
undone.
loads of Ant-Man.
Yeah, loads of Ant-Man. I don't think he would.
Falcon
would be
gets
screwed.
flashbacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
Falcon's the first to die. So Cross follows Frank into the men's room. Frank has
They're
a
a
pee.
bit rough and tumble. They go
There's
have dinner.
No. Frank's having a pee, and then he turns around and Cross is there, suspiciously
him.
just
That's
watching
weird.
him. Then he helps him dry his hands, and there's a shrinky gun that Cross has, and then he shoots Frank with the shrinky gun, and he turns into a tiny blob of gloop.
Imagine if
Skin
it worked
gloop.
and it had shrunk him and it don't work properly. And Cross would be like, "Oh crap, it worked! I was meant to
I've done
kill you,
it."
but okay." He probably would still flush him down the toilet.
Oh yeah, would have picked him up and drowned him. Yeah,
Yeah, so,
So
it's
if
probably-
you're-
maybe better he went this way.
yeah. If you're beloved Frank,
Yeah.
how would you get out of this situation? First, I'd instantly go, "What's wrong with you, dude? You creepy watching me pee."
Yeah, you said that to me a lot.
I would
didn't
make
you?
a bigger deal out of that. I would not just take it as a given. Oh, my boss is watching me pee. I would freak out.
Yeah,
Would
okay,
not
that's
be
true.
happy with that.
Yeah, I'd probably be a bit suspicious of that. Also, I'd be thinking he's coming to have a one-on-one talk with me. I'd be thinking something bad's going to happen after I've just shot
Yeah,
down
even
his
if he's going to
idea.
fire you or something,
Yeah.
you'd get your anger on. You go,
Yeah,
no,
I would have been.
you don't fire me. I quit.
And he would have been like, "That's fine, but
Okay.
still."
I'm still going to shrink you into nothing. Does
And then-
nobody report him missing after?
Well, no, all Cross has got to say that he's resigned. And he left.
Okay.
That's all he's got to say, isn't he? He resigned. He's gone.
We liquidated him.
Yes.
Whoa.
Um.
Or some other business pun.
Okay, first thing, I probably wouldn't be having a wee in a urinal. I'd probably be weeing in a cubicle, or I'd have a dodgy stomach and go into the other toilet. In which case, he would be waiting for me to come out, realise it stunk, and just left the room because he wouldn't be able to
Gone
handle it.
off.
Yeah, forget
What
this,
you
Frank.
like?
So I would have scared him off that to begin with. If not, what I would have done is, as he reached around to pick up someone by the sink, I would have been, my ultra suspicious mode would have gone off. I would have assumed he'd got a knife or something. So I'd have preemptively punched him in the face, and slapped that bald head of his. Then I would have grabbed the what he was going for,
The
realised what
shrinky
it was,
gun, yeah.
and then shot him with it.
Yeah.
And then I would have eaten the goo.
Why would you eat it?
That's more of an insult, I think.
Cannibalism. It probably doesn't taste nice.
It's probably just fat. I imagine it just looked like some sort of fat that was left over,
I
like
don't know
fat
what it
residue.
would just look gloopy and yucky.
When he first done it to Frank, I was expecting a goo to like split and him to come out like small,
Yeah.
but obviously not.
What, just to emerge?
Yeah, I
from
didn't
the
know. I
goo
didn't know.
going, bleh.
That's the first shrink thing you see that happens from on his side.
Headbutton.
So what do you do? What? As he's shrinking you, or what?
I'd be rude and just go, "You crazy bro, I'm not letting you wash my hands." Or
didn't
he
wash his
passes him
hands.
some paper, doesn't he? I'm like, "No, I'll
Yeah.
get my own."
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like using paper towels to dry my hands. I would have been like, no, I'm gonna go to the hand dryer over here.
Yeah.
Good day to you, sir. Or I would have wiped my hands on his
Well,
suit.
he probably would have shot
and
you
be
in
like,
the
"I
in the
quit."
back then with the shrinky
Yeah,
gun.
my spider
Or
sense would have gone off.
You're not
Did I mention I was bitten by a
Spider-Man.
radioactive spider before
No,
going to
Frank
the bathroom?
is not Spider-Man. We get a nice Spider-Man reference, though, don't we?
We do, yes.
I think we also get a Fisk reference, don't we? A Daredevil Kingpin one. Because
Do we?
Scott Lang breaks into, I think it's Fisk Enterprises or Industries or something.
Oh, was it?
I might be wrong.
I
but
didn't pick up on that. So
It might have been Fisk, or I might have heard it wrong, but yeah. So stay away from the creepy boss that's acting creepy in the toilets. We
Yeah.
agree?
any job, if your boss comes in and watches you go toilet, alarm bell should
Quit.
instantly start going off. Then
Resign immediately, or report him to like
HR.
human resources or something. Have him watched, because he's
Because
probably
he's
up,
watching you.
he's up to no good. So
Second death.
he's really up to no good because Cross is at it again, and he kills Ant-Man's favourite ant, Anthony.
The flare, not flies, an ant, flying ant.
Yeah, I know. He's got a little saddle and everything. Has good old
Yeah, that
Anthony.
was all good.
And
I was
he gets
wondering how he
shot.
made the how they make the small equipment, but it showed him doing it. Didn't he? He makes
He'd
equipment
build it,
and then
full
shrinks
si-
it,
mm,
and then Ant-Man
Just
or
puts it
Scott
on.
Lang then puts it onto
Yeah.
the ants.
That's clever. I like that. though.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But basically, in a scene, Ant-Man's on Anthony the flying ant with other flying ants. They're going towards a helicopter after Cross,
Yeah. Who's stolen the yellow jacket?
Yellow Jacket
Suit.
suit, and he's also got the formula to shrink it.
Yeah, so he can power it.
And then he opens up the helicopter door because he sees ants coming. And he fires all the bullets, and one full on hits this
Poor
in its
Anthony.
face. And all you see is Ant-Man gets thrown off of it, he lands on another ant, and you just see the one wing just drift down off of Anthony and land there, and he's like,
Yeah,
"You're gonna pay for this."
exactly. That's overkill for killing an ant, isn't it? He's gone a bit too far with the gun. And that was an amazing shot
I
because there's
know.
loads of little.
All he has to do is raise it up a little bit more, and he would have directly hit Ant-Man
Yeah.
in the chest, and
I'm
that would have wiped
surprised
him out.
Ant-Man wasn't hurt in some way because of like the shockwave or the heat coming off the bullet or something.
But his body can resist a lot more, can't it?
Yeah, because he's
Like
he's
when he
smaller, but
shrinks the first time, he comes out of the bathtub, he hits the floor and he cracks
yeah,
the floor the floor in the bathroom, doesn't he? But he
Yeah.
doesn't take any damage to himself that
Mm.
you can see anyway.
agreed.
Yeah. So what have I done? He kind of keeps flying straight when Cross starts shooting, so I would have taken a bit more evasive action.
Like dodged and weaved and made
Yeah.
yourself a bit harder to hit.
I
Or why
would've-
didn't the ants? Because they were
I
all
would have got more
swarming
ants
together.
to sort of go as a shield in front of me.
No, I would have gotten everyone to split up because if you're as a group, he's more likely to you're giving him a target. But if you all split up, a single ant far away is hard to see. So if you all split
impossible to
up,
see.
yeah. So if you all split and it's night, so if you all split up and like surround the helicopter, then you can all get in from different directions. So don't swarm and make it obvious. Sneaky, no swarming ants.
Poor Anthony probably didn't even want to be there. He's being controlled by Ant-Man.
Yeah. Are all the ants hostages in this?
I think so. They're not there of their own free will,
No.
are they?
They're slaves.
They
and,
are slaves.
And a load more of unnamed ants get murdered by Yellow Jacket on Thomas the Tank
Frank
Engine.
Engine.
He
He
just
destroys
blasts
so
them with
many
his
of
laser
them.
guns. So yeah, I'm
Spread
starting
out.
not to like Scott Lang anymore. He sent all these poor ants to their death, including Anthony.
Spread out a bit more.
Yeah.
Move around.
Make yourself harder to hit.
There you go, exactly.
It's a good plan.
Or, as he fires a bullet, you just basically turn all the ants together and they make a big hand. They catch the bullet, spin it around and throw it straight back at him.
I don't think that would work.
It would in my universe.
Well, that's a terrible universe I would not want to live
It's
in.
a great universe. Come join it. Trying to think what else could have done. No, it's not much else. Just doing the avoiding
No.
stuff more than anything, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it's just common sense, man.
Yeah, just
Be
spread out.
sneaky. If he'd just used Anthony and not had any of the other swarms, he could have snuck on as well. So either spread out or just use one or two little ants to fly and sneak in.
Yeah, he could have
So
got them
that's a
to
good
go into
plan.
like, by the propeller and sabotage it.
Yeah, you could have chewed through the wiring or something.
Oh, Scott, you're not thinking about using your
He's
powers
not.
properly.
No, yeah, he needs to wise up to the way of the ants. But never fear, Cross gets his comeuppance as Scott Lang's Ant-Man. They have a big fight, Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man, in the bedroom of Scott Lang's daughter Cassie. You've probably seen the clips of the Thomas the Tank Engine and all that stuff. It's good fun, that fight scene. I really enjoyed it. And Ant-Man has to go so small that he can almost go through the back of Yellow Jacket's armor, doesn't he? And he goes through and smashes the power source. And
that's it, yeah. All while shrinking.
Yeah.
But obviously, the smaller he gets, the stronger he also gets as well. So he's causing more damage. It looks like he sort of overloads the suit. So a bit how his is continuously shrinking, Yellow Jacket looks like it starts shrinking again. Because, I mean, at one point his arm just goes, doesn't it? His right arm shrinks.
Ant-Man goes through and he hits the power source to the suit or something. And that causes the Yellow Jacket armor to shrink down into basically nothingness, like pulling his arm off into nothingness, and the rest of his
goes
body
into dust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then Ant-Man continues to go smaller than dust.
Yes, he does. And
as he shrinks more and more out of control, and as he goes subatomic, as Hank Pym puts it, and enters a whole new reality of just... He's still technically in the bedroom.
Yeah, but he's so small that even atoms dwarf him. That's how small he is. So, if you were Yellow Jacket, would you just try to finish the fight off as soon as possible? Get rid of Ant-Man.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't stop mid-fight to confront this police officer and their kid, knowing that Ant-Man is behind me.
And still sneaking about somewhere.
The job sort of thing, yeah.
Maybe the targeting system on that suit of armor should be improved somewhat. Maybe get some Stark engineers to help out with that, because Iron Man never seems to really miss, does he? So maybe get some of that sweet Jarvis tech on there.
That's what you need, man. You need Jarvis in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jarvis isn't really Jarvis anymore.
Yeah, he's
Jarvis is buggered off on Vision.
We'll get some Friday in there, or whatever AI Tony Stark has cooked up for some sweet aiming, and then just blast a hole in Ant-Man's face. Laser his face.
Do you know what you should have done when they were fighting? All he had to do was crack the helmet, like the glass on Ant-Man's helmet, and just left a big gap. And that means when Ant-Man continued to shrink, he would have started going a bit insane.
Yeah.
They say the helmet was specially designed to help the chemicals.
Yeah, so you're not
stop affecting his brain, isn't
overdosed with.
So I'm assuming that if you damage the helmet enough, the chemicals will start affecting his brain. He might go a bit loopy. He could kill his own daughter for you know.
Yeah. Or if he broke the helmet, would the rest of his body shrink apart from whatever bit was exposed? So he'd shrink, but his eye would just be really big and not shrink down, and it'll pop out.
Yeah, that might happen actually.
He'd just be a tiny man with a giant eyeball, or possibly a giant eyeball with a tiny man.
You know how he sort of the reason he took off the regulator, or switched the regulator off so he could go supersonic, as it were.
Yeah,
it's not supersonic,
super small,
subatomic. Sorry, to get through the armor. Obviously, because he couldn't get the armor off him. You know how on his suit he's got a button that's how he pushes it, and like part of the helmet comes up, and the bottom of the mouthpiece comes down.
Yeah.
See if Yellow Jacket's got something like that. Because if you could do that and get part of the helmet to open up, and you just grab the helmet and take it off of him, there you go.
Well,
he can't shrink now.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket could knock it, couldn't he? Even in a fight thing, couldn't he? Knock the helmet off.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Knock the button. His face is open. Go for a knockout shot.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look very complex. He just sort of taps the side of it, so there's some sort of button there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be very good, because you know where the buttons are on his glove, or like...
Yeah, they're sort of on his,
so you can
his
hit him.
Index finger.
Yeah, so you can hit
pop
with his
it like
thumb.
that.
Can you imagine if you're doing something, you accidentally knock it? Like
Oh,
you're getting dressed
Yeah.
as you're changing into the suit, and you shrink and like cut yourself in half or something.
The suit shrinks down and it's stuck on your big toe, and you can't... The button is so small you can't push it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was wondering when he was in his prison cell and the ants came in, and I was like, are they carrying the suit? Are they shrunk the suit down?
They
carrying
shrunk it
and
down.
It was. I was like, that's awesome.
Clever ants. If ants can work the suit, why can't you?
I don't know, I struggle. Actually, that's another thing. When they bring the suit into the cell, they've brought the suit and the helmet in. It's all shrunk down, but the helmet's not attached to the suit.
No.
When they do that.
How did the helmet
that means
shrink?
Unless they'd done it and then the helmet came off afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if that's right, that means the suit can shrink without the helmet being on. So yeah,
but
you could probably shrink your body and you have a giant head. Would it kill you, or would you just fall over? I don't really know.
Well, your head would probably squash your body, wouldn't it?
Your heart wouldn't be able to support the blood going around your head.
Yeah.
oh my god, you'd shrink and then your head would like pop down and crush
Are
you.
you
You'd be strong enough to push your head up again.
But
You wouldn't
while
have enough
pushing your
blood.
head up, you wouldn't be able to push the button to try and. Oh, you might be able to push the button. I'm trying to. Yeah, you might be able to reach the button and make
So
yourself. big
basically,
again.
all you had to do, even if you just ripped one of the gloves off of his hand and then shrunk him.
That might have worked. If
Exactly.
that's how the suit works, you've got to be covered by it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You had so many options, and what do? Oh, I'm going to look at the police officer. I'm going to leave Ant-Man behind me. All
Don't
because,
do that.
All because when he jumps up the first time, he tries to rip off the panel, and he's like, "You can't get through. It's titanium." And flicks
And
him
then he
off.
goes, "I don't need to worry about him anymore.
No,
I'm sure he won't
I've
try
just
that
realised
again."
I have a titanium suit.
Yes.
No need to worry.
Life is good.
Yes, indeed.
I'll monologue and be evil and creepy. He
Right.
was played very well.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Quite
his character. He
weird
was
and
good.
creepy. So yeah. So if you're going to be crazy cross, squish Ant-Man before you.
Yeah, finish the job. Don't
Yeah.
get cocky and think your suit's invincible.
Exactly. Because we all know what comes after pride. Or pride comes before a downfall. Yeah.
Does it? What?
That's a saying.
Pride becomes before the downfall.
Pride comes before a downfall. Or something.
Okay.
He was proud of his suit and then he
And the
got
suit
shrunk
got him
into
done in.
nothingness. So that wasn't very well done by him. It's a shorter episode today, just half an hour, but we will be back on Sunday for another half-hour special, sort of related to Comic-Con, sort of maybe
It is
just
related to Comic Con.
stuff
There's
that
about
we
a trailer from Comic Con.
yeah. So that's happening. If you want to contact us, we are contactable by the emails. We could survive that at gmail.com. Send us one of them our way. You can tweet us. We could survive that. Also, feel free to leave a comment or a rating wherever you may find us. Those are always appreciated. And yes, we will read them. Chris, do your thing.
Okay. You have been listening to We Could Survive That, your weekly survival guide to the movies. We will see you next week. No, we
We'll
won't. We'll
see
see
you
you
on
on Sunday. Hang on, this episode's out early. This is an
Yeah.
early release episode. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. But anyways, thank you for listening to this early release special episode thing.
It's not a special episode.
It's just about Ant-Man. It's what we
It's just
normally
about
do.
That's what we normally do. It's just out
Yeah.
a bit early. 2 in 1 week. But anyways, thank you for listening to We Can Survive That, your weekly survival guide to movies. We'll see you next week. Until then, keep on surviving. Bye-bye.